Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one's entitled Planet X Causing Increasingly Severe Storms and Floods. Why? Now, storms are the result of Planet X system's stellar cores entering the Earth's atmosphere with their cloud envelopes, which are made of Planet X debris water. In other words, water originating deep inside these planets, which broke into pieces when their gravitational energy was removed by the Creator. And their debris pieces, which will also be accompanied by more Planet X debris water in the form of cloud. The stellar cores are sources of gravitational field and thus create gravitational vortices in the Earth's atmosphere between themselves and the Earth's surface. The gravitational interaction between the objects and matter on the surface causes water in the stellar cores, water envelope, to rotate. The smaller the stellar core, the faster will be this rotation. Just like the smaller the hole through which water in a sink escapes, the faster will the water in the vortex rotate. The hole in the sink acts as a source of gravitational field, and the stellar cores are actual sources of gravitational field. And here you see a tornado and some water spouts, and these are water vortices. They form because there is a source of gravitational field inside the cloud above them. So they are stellar cores inside here. As water in the stellar core cloud envelope increases in gravitational energy, the water is pulled down towards the surface of the Earth. So this is water that's being pulled down towards the surface of the Earth. Just like the water in a sink is pulled down through a hole towards the center of the Earth. This is what's occurring here as well. But this occurs without the cloud detaching from the stellar core because it's its envelope. It's holding on to it. The radius of the vortex determines the speed at which the vortex rotates. So the smaller the vortex, the higher the speed. And its size, so the radius of the vortex, is determined by the electric potential of the stellar core that gives rise to it. The objects absorb gravitational energy or photons until their gravitational potential corresponds to their electric potential. So smaller ones have lower electric potential, and therefore they create these smaller vortices. The electric potential is, however, much lower than before they became stellar cores, and they will thus never attain to the same density state, because there's a density state associated with each electric potential. And so because they will be at a lower density state now, even after they've absorbed enough gravitational energy from the Earth. And so they will always appear to have much less mass than their size and density of particles would suggest. And you may look at Article 571 entitled Planet X in Our Skies, Water and Vortices for more details. Now, storms are caused by low pressure systems and thus by stellar cores in the Earth's atmosphere. It is impossible to have a low pressure or a low density region in the Earth's atmosphere unless it is created by a source of gravity above the region, which is interacting with matter in the Earth's atmosphere between it, the object, the stellar core, and the surface of the Earth. The stellar core is attracting the atmosphere, which thus develops a lower density or pressures. Pressure is directly related to the density of air. Lower density of air exerts lower pressure, and higher density air exerts higher pressure. And so it is the stellar core that's attracting this matter that's in the atmosphere, and it's between the stellar core and the surface of the Earth. So it is the stellar core that creates a low pressure. This atmospheric material here is attracted towards the stellar core, and it develops a low pressure, whilst the material here does not. But if there was no stellar core causing this low pressure region as a result of its gravitational field or gravitational interaction with the Earth, if there was nothing causing this low pressure, then what would happen? There are no walls dividing the low pressure from the high pressure. So high pressure or high density air or air from the region that's at a higher density would flow in to equalize the density immediately. So it's only the fact that there is a gravitational field here generated by this object that makes a low density region possible. And you may look at Article 484 entitled Planet X, the cause behind low pressure weather systems. High winds are very destructive, so this is one major factor in the negative impact of storms. Another is the amount of rain which falls at one time. Thus, large amounts of cloud, all reaching the right gravitational energy to cause the water in them to fall as rain, will thus lead to a lot of rain falling in a short amount of time, which then leads to floods. Since the incidence of floods is increasing, this suggests that more and more cloud or Planet X debris water is entering the atmosphere. The most severe storm that ever occurred on Earth was the one that occurred at the time of the Great Flood. A huge amount of Planet X debris water entered the atmosphere at one time. And since the Earth's atmosphere is full of water vapor carrying electrons, the Planet X water quickly absorbed the required energy and started falling toward the surface. But there was so much of it that the water fell as torrential rain for 40 days and 40 nights. The rain gave rise to the oceans that now exist on Earth. Prior to this time, the Earth only had shallow seas. The stellar core that approached the Earth at the time must have been about the same size as the Earth's core, and it caused the Earth to go into high matter creation mode, ejecting plasma, so that over 1,500 volcanoes, which are now known to exist on Earth, formed. The Earth also expanded over a course of months or years, as this object absorbed energy from the Earth, becoming covered in magma being created deep inside the Earth and being spewed by the volcanoes that had formed. Once the object reached the equivalent gravitational potential to its electric potential, it stopped coming into the Earth's atmosphere and went into orbit around the Earth. It became the Moon, and you may look at Article 526 entitled Planet X and the Moon has not always been in the sky. Now, even though larger and larger amounts of Planet X debris are entering the Earth's atmosphere, which is then leading to local floods, the Earth now has much less energy, and there is therefore much less water vapor and electrons in the atmosphere. So this debris cannot suddenly all get to the right gravitational energy to fall as rain. So a repeat flood event in terms of rain is not possible. But the objects getting to the Earth are increasing in size, and you may look at Article 636 entitled Pink Fog across the UK suggests increased Planet X effects, so details on that. And the Earth is still able to create matter and thus have volcanic eruptions or earthquakes, as these occur as a result of the same matter creation process and are like the CMEs on the Sun. And so these will increase in severity and frequency. In addition, the severity of floods occurring in different regions will also increase in severity and frequency as more and more debris arrives. And here you see a screenshot of drone footage of floods in Tennessee, and this is from yesterday, February 23rd, 2019. So in conclusion, the worst storm the Earth ever experienced occurred at the flood. And now as the amount of debris and the size of the stellar cores reaching Earth keeps increasing, the severity of storms and the associated effects of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions are said to continuously increase as well. And these are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.